Peace, everybody. It's your boy. Let's talk. We back with another video. All right, man. So I'm out here still walking, uh, and I got a couple of errands I gotta do too. So I like to knock out 2 or 3 birds with one stone. You get it all done at the same time. But um, it's crazy. I want to talk about this video because I want to know if y'all been noticing this. But have y'all been noticing that it seems like nowadays more and more men seem like they're becoming like cuckolds, just to satisfy their woman, just to keep their woman happy. Like, there's a lot of men who I never thought would agree to doing certain things, intimately, sexually with their partner, that they're agreeing to now just because their wife or their girlfriend, let me cross the street real fast, just because their wife or their girlfriend, they want it. And I look at that, I'm like, what the hell is going on with y'all? Now, some of these guys can be secretly down low. And, I think that would be a topic for another video that I'll discuss in this whole entirety. But you got a lot of guys who are such suckers, such simps, because they might have a girl that they never had before, or the girl they got may be bad, fat butt, booty, freaky, whatever the case may be. Like, they idolize her, they worship her, and she may not be exactly monogamous. She may be promiscuous. She may have been someone who been out there in the streets, and the guy already knew that, but he wifed her up anyway. And to keep her happy, because he can't go without her, because now that he finally scored, now that he got her, he don't want to let her go, then he'll open himself into doing things that he probably would have never done to begin with. And that's being a little cuck for her. And this is becoming more and more common, especially in the black community. Now, I don't know about you, I ain't gonna say weave, but I know in my life, you've always heard of, well, when I was young, you start hearing about like swingers and people in open relationships and cuckolds and all that old crazy stuff. And for the most part, it was usually predominantly only white people, like white couples doing stuff like that. Like, you would have like white couples swinging, and then they would have like the BBC, the black bull, screwing the wife or whatever. And that's usually the stereotype of those type of archetypes. But nowadays, you got so many people now in the black community starting to do it now too. They call them like lifestyle events, lifestyle parties. They're in the lifestyle and all this stuff. And a lot of times, they're not really in the lifestyles, because you always hear about problems within those type of categories, in those situations. It's like, if it's really a lifestyle that y'all got, why is it always an issue? Why is it always a situation? And most times, because the situation involves one person who may be into it, but the other person is not really into it, but they'll do it anyway to appease their partner, whether that be male or female. But 9 times out of 10, nowadays, it's more so men opening up their relationship to keep their woman satisfied. And the problem with that is, it leads to chaos. It leads to cheating. It leads to your girlfriend or your woman digging the other person more than you, fantasizing about the other person more than you. And also, it also starts to reveal the true nature of the guy, because you start to see that a lot of times, a lot of these guys are really undercovers, like I mentioned in the beginning. Like, so sometimes they'll use it as an excuse to appease their woman, but really, they really want to be involved too. It's a crazy world and society that we're living in. And all this stuff was just shocking 6, 7 years ago. But nowadays, like none of this stuff surprised me anymore because this is what you get. And I'm starting to see that it's becoming such a trend that maybe within a few short years that this whole swinging cuckold lifestyle type relationships status that people like to do is actually going to overtake the normal monogamous relationships, and it's going to become the norm. As crazy as that sounds, but so many people are getting into it, and so many people are joining on this stuff just to fit in, just to have sex, just to get free, just whatever. And I can see nothing but chaos and destruction down the line. It may be fun in the beginning, because stuff like this is always fun in the beginning, because like you opening up, you can having multiple partners. Most times people don't use protection, because a lot of times people don't want to use protection nowadays. I've made a video talking about the reason why men don't like using condoms. If y'all want to dive deep and more into that, y'all can go check that video out. But people don't like using protection, and when you start getting into these lifestyles and so many other people doing it, then you already know pregnancies and STDs is going to come out of it, because that's the reality of life. So y'all better be careful, and y'all really better watch who y'all get involved with, especially when they start talking about this whole swinging and cuck lifestyle. Because if a person start bringing that conversation up in the beginning, or even in the mid or late, start looking at them with a questionable eye, because they starting to reveal their true selves to you. It may have took a while, but you start to see who they really are, and they may not align with what you really are into. And if it doesn't, don't try to put yourself in those positions and open up to it and say it okay just to please your partner, because in the end you're only going to end up regretting it, trust me. So it is what it is. That's all I say, just be careful. But that's all I got for now, guys. Let me know what y'all think. Drop your comments down below. Make sure I hit the like, subscribe, and hit the bell. I'll see y'all the next one. Peace.